Hey, on this Monday rainy evening at this point. Holy shit, it's already 4 o'clock. Ah, damn. That's the joys of staying up, randomly falling asleep and then waking up at 3 in the morning and it's already raining. And next thing you know, you're up 4 or 5 hours and you don't need to sleep that much. But the day's over before you know it. Now, I wanted to jump on real quick, talk about a couple of things I've either just recently picked up or I've had for years that I gave a spin to while I was doing my cataloging. I think would be really cool to check out. One of them has my friendly dog here comes to say hello. Hello. One of them is a somewhat classic Rod Stewart album, Night on the Town. I mean, the first two songs alone, Tonight's the Night and First Cut is the Deepest. That's a Cat Stevens cover there, but Killing of Georgie Part 1 and 2. This was I didn't listen to this before I ordered this on Discogs for like $1.90. Record shop guy just giving it away. And I actually like the textured leather sleeve on this. It's held up pretty well. It's held up pretty damn well, actually. Sorry for the bad lining. It's heavy storms here, and I was like, okay, let me put the light on above me. Yes, I'm a Giants fan. If you're wondering about the Jets over there, it was my dad. Uh, and even though he's long gone, I gotta take up the slack and the horror of doing it. I'm also a Knicks fan. Oh boy. Oh, I know. I We'll see what happens. I'm hoping, but I'm not gonna go crazy. Uh, Pretty Flamingo's also pretty good. This is 70. Is it 78? No, 76. So we're after much after Maggie May and all of that. This should be right after the album with Hot Legs, if I'm not mistaken. So we're in that ballpark, and I enjoyed the hell out of that. I also came across something I bought a couple of years back, Widowmaker, Too Late to Cry from '77 on United Artists. Uh, Most of the music and half of the lyrics, at least, are by the bass player, the little guy named Bob Daisley. Anybody heard of Bob Daisley? What became of this guy? Because clearly he can write some good shit here. Uh, Too Late to Cry, The Hustler, Here Comes the Queen, Mean What You Say, Pushing and Pulling in Sky Blues. The last two songs on side two, Sky Blues, Pushing and Pulling, directly in the early '70s Steppenwolf and Grand Funk vein. Um, Ariel Bender guitars, harmony vocals. John Butler, just pretty good job on vocals for this. Uh, and it's got the little delete notch. It's kind of a surprise. It's not something I think people would know. It would just pop up randomly in a $3 bin or whatever. I paid $8 for 2023. But Widowmaker, if you want to hear pre Blizzard and Ozzy, Bob Daisley, what the hell he was doing beforehand, this was right there. And of course, he ended up on Rainbow's Long Live Rock and Roll about this time too. So he's going in and out of Rainbow and this situation here. Also came across something I'd gotten and never played, and that's two from Wolf Blood. This is Riff Merchant Records. I don't think that label's still around now. They got the little stickers and everything like that. Uh, Stoner, Drone, Fuzz, Yeet. A little insert here. Anything on the yeah. And Legion, Slaughterhouse, Kumate. It's it's what you expect it to be, and this is a solid slab of stoner metal. I gotta see if they're even still going. This was something I heard on Bandcamp a few years back, and I liked it. I liked it. And the guy running the label sent me a care package, I believe, during COVID. So I got this and a few other things that'll pop up again later. But Wolf Blood, pretty underrated if you ask me. But it's like anything else. If you don't hang around on Bandcamp or you don't happen to live near them or catch them, it's just what it is, you know. As I now struggle to put this damn thing back in and make an ass of myself. Oh well, I'll fuck with it later. Uh, so there's those. Went through and replayed Drama, or as Martin Popov would say, Drama. Really a great. I'd put that in my top 5 Yes albums if I had to do a ranking. I gotta tell you, this Tormado, originally it was just called Tor. Um, this is a weird one. Sometimes the production's a little too synthy, and uh, I don't know what they did with John's vocals. Like there's a little bit of weird harmonics and other effects attached to it. It makes it very ethereal. He was always ethereal, but it gets very digital before it's digital was really a thing. Silent Wings of Freedom, of course, is the big one. I really think Release should get some live play. That feels like one of the lost. That feels like such a lost song from this album. Circus of Heaven's fine too, but Release is a solid deep cut. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, and you can't really stomach this album too much, just go back and plug that in with Silent Wings of Freedom. You probably rejoice as well. It's not as bad as you remember it. That's the thing I keep coming across with a lot of these records. Obviously, the old going for the one triple freaking die cut. I'm not even going to unfold it the whole way because I'm going to have a pain in the ass putting it back the right way. I can't believe I only got these for like $2.99 back in 2019. I think one of these now goes like this, goes for about 15 to 20. I did pretty good. That, and of course, I haven't played this again, but it is my favorite, probably my favorite Yes album, Relayer. Sorry for the lack of energy. It's just, kind of a damp day. Zappa, Studio Tan, with the full lyrical story version of Gregory Peccary. That bit Redunzel coming back again to Discreet. 79 wasn't Steve Vai on this, if I'm not mistaken. I thought he was. I do like the cheesy cartoon artwork. I know Studio Tan, Sleep Dirt. I get these, and there's another one, but it's the same artist. And you just get these wacky cover paintings, and I'm just like, what the hell? I know this is the main version of Gregory Peccary, but I prefer the original 30-minute suite that's on that archival release from it's called Wazoo. That live concert from the Grand Wazoo, the big tour, not the petite one that's did get released. Some part of a show got released at the 10-piece band. I think it's Imaginary Diseases. I still don't have that, but I prefer the original Gregory Peccary with the full orchestra and the brass section. Still, to have a lyrical story involving the DMV and some other nightmares, it's an odyssey. You're still gonna have fun with it. What is this? Okay, this is an oddball. This is a band called Zed, and I don't remember much about them. Graham Jarvis, but Dark Horse, Casino, Universe, this time Energy. Actually, for a nice little pass, Zed is, for what it is, it's good background noise. I can't complain too much. I don't know why I only spent $7 to get it down. And you put it on, you could relax, have a conversation with people if you want. It's just simple music. Now this one, Bad Luck Streak and Dancing School. Oh my God, we've got Warren Zevon, and of course some of his cohorts. Linda Ronstadt pops up. Uh, Glenn Frey, Joe Walsh. Um, you know, almost half the Eagles are on this album too. Uh, Jackson Brown's on here with Don Henley. This is a wild album. I mean, just alone, Play It All Night Long, where he's just taking the piss out of Leonard Skinner, the plane crash, the South in general, the good old boys. He got so offended by people saying Werewolves in London was Sweet Home Alabama, if we're being honest. Um, Kid Rock merged both of those together for his All Summer Long thing, or whatever the fuck that one song was that was everywhere. Jungle Work, the title track, Genie Needs a Shooter. I mean, the back cover. Was it demonetized? Oops. Whatever. The usual acerbic observations by a really tough bastard. Especially when you go back and you watch the Letterman interviews. Him and Dave were just two peas in a pod going back and forth every time, which was cool because Dave finally got his wish to induct Warren into the Hall of Fame, and he brought the guitar from the last show to put it in as well. So that was cool. It's just some of those things. Yeah, it's been nuts doing this. I'm starting the T's, and I'm maybe halfway through my S's. It's once again, I find the conclusion is I have too much shit. Not that I'm getting rid of it anytime soon, and I keep adding, but I got too much shit. Also, before I play Queen Rock Montreal, I went back and revisited Live at the Rainbow, March and November '74. Oh my God, I think these might be the best documented Queen shows ever. I know I might be changing my tune after I hear Rock Montreal again, but the energy, the raw power of this hungry band, and this is the time where the first two albums got held up by about 10 months each. So they're actually doing some of the stuff Sabbath was doing ahead of time. Not all the way through, but there's sparse moments where it pops in, like Father to Son, Ogre Battle, the live versions of Liar, Great King Rat, Son and Daughter with the Seven Seas of Rye. I'm like, I even like they did the leftover cut song that was used as a B-side, See What a Fool I've Been. So much heavier than even what's on the album. Well, on the deluxe 2011 2 CD, and now it's on the new vinyl remix remaster, which I'm gonna have to pick up because I put on the 2011 CD and the mix just drops way out in the mid range. It sounds like it's all canned, and there's no way. I said to myself, Roy Thomas Baker and then Roger Taylor, who studied his production and did it himself in the 80s. There's no way an RTB album would be this canned and brick walled. No way. No. So, and I know that from research that the original album's really fucking murky. Limitations of studio tapes at the time. So I'm probably gonna go get that in a month or two. I still gotta get my tickets for Primus and the Frog Brigade and the Delirium. That's coming up. That's almost sold out. That's gonna be $80. Jesus. Put in a nice couple job applications today. I love how they just don't call you back and they ghost your ass now instead of doing the right common courtesy. I said that the other day, and it's still true. Now, color me crazy. Well, too late. I am crazy. We know that. That ship sailed long ago. Hot Space. I'm gonna go for the controversial take. This isn't bad. Is it overly cheesy at times? Yeah. Okay. Back chat's a little out there. Body language. Not my go-to. But the when Deacon did his own remix of the single for Backchat. The Deacon remix of Backchat is much heavier and groovier than the album version. Dancer, loved it. Action This Day and Put Out the Fire. The album cuts, they're pretty damn strong. I even like Cool Cat. Calling All Girls, okay. And of course, Under Pressure. I played this album 4 times in a row on Friday night. And if I'm being honest, the live stuff, the song that was cut from the live at live at the Bowl or Fire at the Bowl 82, Staying Power, that's phenomenal. The live versions of Action This Day and even Calling All Girls, so much more rocking. There's so much more intensity. The band's actually having fun here, and I kind of want to start looking for bootlegs of this tour, because if the album cuts sound this much heavier and rocking live, I'm curious to hear what full shows were like, especially the U.S. tour, because the U.S. tour had more of these songs versus when they got back to London or the U.K. and they did the Milton Keynes Bowl. It's giving me, if you're open-minded, see, I like Unmasked, and I do like Parts of the Elder from Kiss. So I know someone's going to throw a tornado at me, but this was really good. I think if you take it in the context of, we're going to go forward, we're going to do something that's funk with new wave and see what we can do on the album. Okay, maybe you don't like the album version, but if you listen to the live versions blow these away. It's, to me, it gives me the reminder of, I really have a soft spot for Grace Under Pressure and Power Windows. Not so much Hold Your Fire. You keep that album away from me. I've got it, but oof. The production's cold, it's synthy, it's digital, icy. You don't hear Alex Lifeson's guitar as much. You do in Grace Under Pressure on the original vinyl. I will say that. But when you get those 90-something, 97 remaster CDs, oh God, totally gone. You hate them, but then you hear the live versions of those songs, which are now on the 40th anniversary edition, which I have to pick up. They haven't done the Power Windows one yet, but I'm sure it's coming. But you go to, for the longest time, show of hands for the people who didn't make the original tours. Those GUP Power Windows songs live, so much more power. There's Alex with guitar hitting those solos, and the bass is heavy, and that's the effect I get with Hot Space, where you don't trust the production, but the songs are actually good, if not fantastic. And then you hear them in a live context with just raw energy. It's okay, now it's got the power. Do the March of the Black Queen, eh? So that's some surprise, little underrated things that have been popping up in my feed as of late. I don't think anybody knows who Wolfblood or even what Widowmaker was, so I figured let me just mention those while I'm here and do the right thing, because there's only so much we can talk about. Yes, and Ozzy and King Crimson. I'll go on and on. Klaus Schultz. I'll go on and on, but I just wanted to highlight a couple things that people might have missed, or maybe they should give another try to. Okay, as the rain picks up again outside. So, tune in later. Sorry for being in and out. Yeah, I look like a mess. It is what it is. But, till the next time, show's over, folks.